Alright guys, I decided I'll give you a small little update. I'm actually outside right now. It's a little past 6 and it's raining and I got this little cover over me and it's not doing justice. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to assemble this thing and make all the body lines as close to where they should be as possible. What I'm running across right now is this area right here. When the fender sits down, this corner is closer to the edge than this rear corner. So the front corner here is closer to the fender than the rear corner, and this is easy to adjust. This rear corner is part of this panel which goes up this post and down that way. So it's adjustable, but you really have to be careful because if you pull too much in one section, it's just going to crimp this post here, and that's what I'm trying to do right now, is adjust it in such a way that this is as close to as straight as possible when it comes to that ridge on the fender. So that's what I'm doing now, and then once I get that done, I have the bumper sitting here ready to mount up, and then I'm probably going to bolt everything down maybe in a day or so. Forecast is showing sunny for Saturday, which is in a couple days. So I'm hoping to get that done. Now, the issue on this side is everything. So this is how it should look right here. This is all factory right here. None of this has been touched. Most of the damage was on that side, and it was pushed into that direction. If you can't hear me, it's because it's starting to pour outside. So I'm trying to get the other side as close to possible to this as possible, basically. The issue on this side, though, however, is when the hood comes down, this line and the hood line, they're even and straight and parallel, but they're too close together. So what I'm gonna have to do, and it might actually affect this line here, is release some of these screws that are holding the fender down to move it away from the hood so that all the lines look even and pleasing to the eye, so that nothing really catches the eye. That's what I'm dealing with right now, and I'm hoping I can get that done today. And then the actual bolting down of all the body panels is going to happen on Saturday, which is showing sunny and with no clouds. So I'm hoping that forecast stays the same. It has changed. It wasn't supposed to really rain today, but look at that. All right, guys. I think it's time for another update. I got up this morning, just a little past 7, and I decided to come outside and start working. It was below freezing last night, so we actually all the puddles that we had in the backyard were all frozen. I mean, everything was covered in frost. I mean, it doesn't snow in this part of California that I'm in, but it was, and I'm from the snow, so it was pretty cold. It was close enough to where it could have been snowing. But I have the front end pretty much assembled. I just finished the driver's side wheel well here, everything mounted. The liner underneath there, the bumper. It took me a while to get the lines right on this side of the vehicle, the lines on the actual door itself and the fender. So all of that is aligned and straight. It's coming together. What I'm working on right now is getting this fender bolted down, and then these installed. I have this one already mounted on this side. And then once I'm done with that side, I'm going to come over to this side, remove this wheel, and secure the liner on this side as it is loose. And then I'm going to get underneath the vehicle and secure that splash shield there. And then I should be done at that point. The front end should be complete. I will then probably roll it out and call it a day for this particular vehicle or this particular project, and maybe work on something else. We'll see. But I do want to get it roadworthy today because I need to put miles on it so that it could get smogged. Because because the battery, when the vehicle arrived, the battery was completely dead. So I had it on the charger for a day or so, and it revived it, and it holds a good charge at this point and starts the vehicle no problem. But because the battery was disconnected, the system was reset, and so the emissions data is all wiped out. So you have to go through several drive cycles to restore that emissions data. It has to scan through all the systems on the vehicle to make sure they're compliant, and then it would be ready for a smog inspection. So I was digging around, hooking this bumper up, and then I got a small little scare when I was underneath the vehicle right here. This is on the bumper harness right here. There are these two connectors that are just hanging here, and I'm like, what are these for? Because there's nothing that hooks up. And then I got to thinking, and I know on some of these Fusions there's an actuator, oops, that goes right here that controls some flaps to open and close on these vehicles. I believe those come either on the hybrid or the larger engines without the turbo. Because there's an intercooler right here, because this is a turbo model, those flaps are always open. Well, there's actually no flaps on this one at all. So that's what I'm guessing these are for, because the fog light, everything is hooked up. The sensor on the intercooler is all hooked up, and I just don't see anything else here that it might go to. So kind of got me freaked out a little bit there for a second, until I got into looking around, and then I realized nothing goes here. Alright guys, she is finished. I just finished putting the last pieces on. Everything is complete together. All the lines are pretty close, or as close as I could get them. The only thing I'm not really happy about is this area right here is flush with the hood, while this area right here is slightly recessed. And in order for me to adjust that, I have to take everything apart again, adjust the latches, and I just did not feel like doing that for 1 or 2 millimeters of difference there. Everything else is pretty clean. Just finished putting on the last trim pieces underneath the vehicle, so it's good to go. I have to make a run to the smog shop on another vehicle. This is one that's not going to be in any of my videos. You guys are not missing anything there. It's one that's been in my possession for a while, and I've been trying to track down a vacuum leak on it that's just been driving me crazy. I think I finally have it to where it's to where I can get it smogged, and that's what I want to do today, is run down to the smog shop and smog it so that I could finally register it and get these vehicles moving along. So that's where I'm at.